Hey, and welcome to video number 8. We're going to talk about plugins. You don't necessarily need to use plugins, but if you've used Paint.net and you want to expand, you want to use different effects and this and that, then plugins would be right for you. So if that's the case, then go ahead and watch this video. Plugins definitely will make the software a lot more powerful if you choose to go beyond the basic fundamentals. So plugins are basically like effects. So once I install a plugin, it'll appear under the effects section here. So step number 1 is, of course, to go to google.com and to find a plugin that you want. So go to Google, type in Paint.net plugins, and you will be met with a bunch of forums. What I like to do is I just go straight to the Get Paint.net forum. I don't really go with there are a lot of other third-party sites, and you can do that too. However, you do keep in mind that make sure you have, antivirus software on your computer and so forth. So what I normally do is, of course, go to the forums.getpaint.net under their plugin forum. Now, that's not to say that, anywhere you download any file, you need to be protected. So you can go through, you can figure out what plugin, what effect does what. And as you can see here, you have a list. You can kind of get an idea of what is in each plugin folder. For example, if I click on Magic's All Plugins, it says here it is 60 plugins in one pack. And let's say that I go through and it's color zoom, blur, gradient blur. And you're not going to need every single one of these. What I recommend doing is just picking out 1 or 2 that you want and then grabbing those. So let's say, for example, that I want to choose this plugin pack. Now there's 60 of them, of course. So you want to go ahead and download it. So I'm going to download it, unzip it, and then find the plugin files, which as you can see is located here. So we've got 60 plugins here. And this is how to install it. So step number 1, find the plugin that you want. Step number 2, download it and unzip it. Step number 3 is the installation part, which is very, very easy. What I recommend you doing is to open up a new window, go to the C drive, go to the program files folder, and then go to the paint.net folder, and then under the effects folder is where you want to install these files. And install, what I mean by install is simply select the effects that you want, simply drag and drop it over to this folder, and once that is done, all you have to do is open up Paint.net. Now Paint.net on this computer is already open, so what I want to do is, of course, save my files and then close it down. So essentially you want to reboot Paint.net. And then I'm going to open up Paint.net, and if all works, you should be able to see it under the effects section. So this was rebooted, and then if I go into the effects section, the beauty of the plugins is it knows which section it belongs to. So as you can see, autochroma was added, blurs, I got a bunch of new blurs, I got a bunch of new distorted stuff, I can do kaleidoscope, I can do a lot of stuff. Now a lot of this stuff, if you're using this video training course for business, and of course you want to stick with something that is conservative and professional. So that's the beauty of the plugins, is you can install tons and tons of plugins, but just keep in mind that you probably want to stick with stuff that you would actually use. So as you can see, it's very easy. You can, let's say we'll open up a image We'll just open this image here and then apply an effect to it. Let's just do something like frosted glass or something. And what I like about the effects is as you change stuff, you can actually see what's happening. So I can make the smoothness better. Let's see. Once they're done, press OK, and then it applies it. So that's how to use plugins, and as you can see, over time as you add plugins, you can find a lot of plugins. This was just one guy's plugins, and he had 60 plugins. And as you can see within this forum here, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of plugins to scour through. But I do recommend that you stay focused and that you don't get sidetracked and just start downloading tons and tons of plugins, because if you do that, eventually you're just going to overwhelm yourself and you're not going to be able to complete the task ahead. So as you can see, very, very easy to do. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to create banners and headers, pretty much using everything that I've taught you thus far.